Okay, I'm recording. All right, it is Team Liberate's call for March 19th, and our guest speaker tonight is Ashley Phil Dyson, the one and only. She rolls her eyes. She is currently the number 10 coach in the entire freaking network, and her and I have gotten to know each other a little bit better through the NLC, and then working together on the Diamond Dash, and I just got to know her a little bit more and see how incredible she is and how she leads her team. And so I just wanted her to share some of that passion and some of that, the way that she is able to kind of mentor her coaches and teach her coaches to dream bigger and to kind of see that bigger picture and to have that belief to know that they can do more and dream bigger. And I know for myself, like when we were talking at the NLC, I knew for myself, it kind of clicked there too, that I have the belief, like 1,000,000%, but for me, it was also like the dreaming bigger. Like I was setting really, really comfortable goals for myself. And I didn't, like each live event, like something clicks, and for me, that's what clicked. And so I knew for myself, like if I was having comfortable goals, then I'm sure the rest of us on our team are having more comfortable goals too, because I've never expressed that, that passion to kind of dream bigger and have bigger goals. So I thought it would be most helpful. So I'm getting better at it, I think, but I think it'd be most helpful to hear it from you and just kind of, so how we can kind of dream bigger ourselves, but also mentor our new coaches who are now coming on board to kind of have that mentality from day one is what I was thinking. So let me unmute you. All right. Can you hear me? Or are you unmuted?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. You muted me, or you unmuted me.
I was going to say, I think we're doing it at the same time.
Okay. So do you want me to share a little bit about my story?
Yeah, of course.
And leading into
Yeah, because especially for newer coaches, like who listen to this recording, Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Cool. So thank you, Brooke. Yes, my name is Ashley Phil Dyson. I've been in this business for just over 3 years. I actually just hit my 3-year anniversary a couple weeks ago. And for me, I got started probably like a lot of you guys. I fell totally head over heels in love with my journey and the way I was feeling. I was a first grade teacher. So I moved from Rochester, New York when I was 21 years old. I picked up my life and I moved it to Maryland where my boyfriend was living. And I moved in with my boyfriend's parents. And we lived in a 200 square foot basement, and we just kind of like survived. Like we didn't have to pay rent. We just kind of like did our thing. And then I started a teaching job. Like I was meant for teaching my entire life. I was like, if you could find anybody so super duper passionate to be a teacher, it was me. Like I grew up, like I swear to God, the second I came out of my mother's womb, I wanted to be a teacher. And I wanted to teach kids how to read. So I grew up, just like, I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to be a teacher. Went and got my undergrad in Buffalo, New York. I got my master's to be a reading specialist. And so I had this opportunity to move down here with Tyler to Maryland, where we live now, and fell right into a teaching position. I was a first grade teacher. And my guys, like, imagine wanting something so bad your entire life and then getting to it and being like, this is it. Like 15 years of built up passion. And then I get into this reading position. I have cockroaches in my classroom. I have evaluation after evaluation after evaluation. I had parents who didn't want me as their teacher because I was 21 years old. They wanted the tenured teacher, the burnt out teacher down the hall. They wanted them because they had experience. But like, it was like a test. Like everything I feel like in my life came at the perfect moment. But I ran out of steam. And with that, with running out of steam and going to grad school part-time and living in my boyfriend's parents' basement, I completely lost Ashley. And it was the darkest time of my life because I was drinking so heavily. And if you know me today, like I don't drink at all. So like it was just like a really low point in my life where the outside world was so chaotic. I let it kind of flow over into my cup of who I was as a human being. And I didn't know who I was anymore. I ended up, I started, at the lowest point of my life, January of 2015, I was actually 203 pounds. And I was just like, I was just like sick of myself. Like I didn't like my relationship, who I was as a teacher, who I was as a daughter. Like I just like hated who I was. So I made the commitment. I signed up to go to the gym, and I left my house at 4:30 in the morning, went to the gym, ran 3 miles every single day, showered there, and then drove to teaching. And that was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I did it for 3 weeks. And I remember February 3rd was the last day I ever went because it was Tyler's birthday, and I gave up completely. And I was scrolling on social media, and I saw my childhood friend, Caitlin Brownell, who was a part of Teen Boom at one point. And she completely changed her life from at-home workout programs. And she had a busy life just like I did. And because Caitlin was able to open up her life to me on social media and show me what she was capable of, right, that was an open door for me to see wow, she's capable of it. Caitlin's not the superhuman. I'm capable of doing this as well. And so she, introduced it to me. She shared the price to me. I think it took me like 3 Fridays to end up actually signing up with her. So don't ever make up somebody's mind for them. Just because they don't sign up today doesn't mean they won't sign up in 3 weeks or 3 years from now. Don't ever make up somebody's mind for them. Because I fell in love. I fell in love with the simplicity of what it gave my life, being able to like work out and then go teach and then come home and like have a community of other women who wanted to better themselves. Like for me, that was my outlet. And to this day, when I get like the objection, oh, I'm way too busy, I'm like, girlfriend, this business is made for busy people. You will love it. Instead of having it be something additional on your plate, it's your outlet that takes away that stress and that anxiety. It gives you something you can control. When life is so far out of our control, it's the one thing in your life that you can control on top of your health and your fitness. And so, so in 13 months, I ended up quitting my teaching job. We bought a house. We did things that we never thought possible. And so the kind of theme of tonight's call is going to be getting out of your comfort zone, because when I was a teacher, I was living in my boyfriend's parents' basement, and I was comfortable. God, 3 years ago, I was living in my boyfriend's parents' basement. I don't know if to this day we'd be able to afford a house living on a $40,000 income. Probably not. Like, I think about it, I don't know if we would have been able to buy a house, but Beachbody gave us that opportunity. Beachbody gave us the ability to dream a little bit bigger. And so when I was teaching, I just thought that was normal. Like, I'm going to live here until I can't live here any longer. Or I'm going to live here until something falls into our laps. But I never said to myself, I'm going to save up for a house. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I just never dreamt. I was just not a dreamer. And now if you know me personally, I'm like the biggest dreamer ever. Like in my head, I already make 7 figures. Like I walk around like I make 7 figures just because like I'm a major dreamer, because I know if I dream it, I'm going to do it and my actions will match. And so we got to get there. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Okay. Can you see this? Wait. Can you see this? Yes? Okay. So the thing on my call is really just change your mindset in order to change your business. Big picture, guys, you can do this. Like, I am not a crazy human being. It makes me sick to my stomach even like thinking about if this business had never fallen into my lap because of everything that it's given me. I like look in the mirror, or like I look at Tyler and I'm just like, holy shit, like what did we do to get so lucky? Like what did I do to get so lucky? And then he's like, it's not luck. I'm like, it's not luck, but what if I never said yes to Caitlin? What if I gave up in July of 2015 like I wanted to when times got hard? And you know how many other people on this planet need to feel that? You know how many other people on this planet need to be able to look in the mirror and say, holy shit, this life is a good one. Like, oh my God, so many people, so many women I talk to that are just like, oh, I can't afford it. I only have $2 in my name. I'm like, God, I couldn't even imagine that. Like not being able to feed your kids, not being able to, I don't want to ever make anybody feel that way. I want people to come into my bubble and I want to be that light for them to be able to look in the mirror and just say, this is a good one. You know, I got lucky. And you got to change your mindset. You've got to pinpoint exactly what it is that got you started. And you've got to pinpoint exactly what it is that keeps you going, because you're going to attract those type of people. You're going to attract the type of person who is going to get started the same exact way you got started. Yes, you're going to filter through some people who are going to want to start with the coaching journey like right away, but you've got to find the pain points that you went through before you started coaching. For me, I was letting the chaos of my life flood into my life as a human being. And so I want to find those other people who are unfulfilled in a career and need an outlet, right? Every single day, I'm searching for those 20 to like 35-year-old women who need to plug into something that betters themselves. Like, how lucky are we to have something that the core of what we do is based on getting results personally, and then pouring that passion out into other people. And so, like, I look at somebody like Joe, who like has an incredible transformation. And the reason he is a successful coach is because people have built trust with him, right? Because Joe has this incredible transformation. They look at him like, damn, he had the consistency and the confidence and the persistence enough to put all of, to pour that much into himself. Can you imagine how much he's going to pour into me? And like, that's always how I think. I always think about, like, we are a direct reflection of what we do to our bodies every single day, what we do to our, nutrition and businesses every single day, or what people feel like we're going to give to them every single day. So if we're not showing up on social media, and if this is kind of run into a tangent, but if we're not showing up on social media, and if we're not consistently following up with people, and if we're not consistently getting a transformation and showing people our passion, they're not going to sign up with us. That's like them going to Starbucks three days in a row and them jacking up their order. I'm not going to go to Starbucks on that fourth day if they've jacked up my order 3 days in a row, right? We want to go to the people who are consistent. We want to go to the people who show up every single day and are pouring into themselves so much that I know damn well they're going to pour into me. And so we do that by showing them the things that got us started. For me, I got started by falling in love with my journey. So you better believe firsthand, the first thing I'm going to do every single day is show people how in love with my journey I am. Because 9 times out of 10, the reason people say yes to me and not to Sally down the road is because I have been so obsessed with my journey for the last 3 years, and I've never given up on that. And so maybe you've been a coach only for a month, and that's totally cool. But you know what you can do in a month? You know the trust that you can build with people in just 1 month? In 3 days. There are reasons people come into this business and they can hit Success Club 10 their first month as a coach, because people just need to see passion. People need to see what got you started and that you're going to be there with them. Okay. And also where you're going. People want to join the people who know where they're going. People want to jump on the train that has a destination. If you show people like, oh, I'm doing this cool thing right now, maybe you want to join me. Well, does that sound lifelong? Like people are attached to these fad-like things because it's going to get them quick results. That we do the opposite in this business. In this business, we are here long-term, just trying to develop a lifestyle. And people want to see that. People want to hear like that I've been using these containers for 3 years now. People want to see like, oh my God, you've lost 50 pounds in this program. Oh my God, you've done this, you've done that. And then they also want to see where the hell you're going. So like, I just had a major milestone in my business. I just hit 6 figures. And so now, like, I'm talking 7 figures. I'm talking about building my dream house in the Chesapeake Bay, doing this, that. Like, I love sharing those things. Like, I'm doing something insane next month that I never thought I'd be able to do. I test drove my 4Runner. I'm showing them these things because these are things I've always talked about on my social media. And now I'm kind of like watering my goals and showing them that I'm working towards them. And that does one of 2 things. One thing that it does is it shows them that I am consistent and that I'm here long term. So if somebody says no to me today, I'll be like, all right, girl, whether you're ready in a year from now or 5 years from now, I'm going to be here. And they need to hear that. They need to hear that, you're not going anywhere. But just show them that you know where you're going, that you have a destination. Because if you just say, or the worst thing we can do is like start a fitness program and on day 3 lose track of it and then start something new. Like people want to see consistency. So like I've gotten the most challengers in the last 53 days because they're following my journey so intently, because I completely transformed my body in the last almost 2.5 months. They love that shit. They love knowing where you started, where you're going, and then tracking your journey. Like, it's entertainment, people want to be entertained. That's why the story feature on Instagram is so much fun, because it's just like a daily entertainment. Every time you can catch them, with a pain point. Like, let's say for instance, I'm saying something funny, like today, my coach Kate messaged me. She was like, Ashley, I haven't had a migraine since November. But today I didn't drink my Shakeology, or I've been off my Shakeology for 3 days, and I got a migraine today. So it just shows yeah, I'm showing like my fashion, and I'm showing like my meals, and I'm being funny here and there. But then I throw in something like that, and they're like, damn, she hasn't got a migraine in a year. And then it kind of pulls at those pain points, because I know a lot of migraine sufferers. So that it doesn't pull at everybody, but it does pull at those certain couple people. Okay. Don't be afraid to tell your story. This goes into mindset. I think that, we have to be this person in order to become who we are today, right? So who we are right now is going to help us become who we are going to be next year. But we can't allow people to think that we're ashamed of this person. This is me in 2015 when I started coaching. So this is actually a video that I pulled from YouTube. And it was the very first video I ever posted in my training. And I am like this, I was so shy. I was just like, yeah, just trying to, I don't know, it was insane. But now, I speak with purpose. But I needed to be this person to be this person. And so don't be afraid to show them where you're coming from and then where you're going. So I look at this girl, but I still have so much further to go. And so don't be afraid to share your story. So binge drinking, binge eating, eating disorders, those are parts of my story that I'm not afraid to tell. But I can embrace them today because she made me so strong. Had I never gone through binge eating disorders, had I never gone through, drinking heavily, I don't know if I'd ever need something like this. And so I'm damn well going to share that, because those other girls who are going through what I went through need something like this, need this outlet for sure. But you gotta change your mindset. So often we try to look for this perfect person, and she's not there. Like, he or she doesn't exist. Yeah, you're going to see models. You're going to see people that you want to be, and that's cool. We all have them. We need to put our blinders on, and we need to hone in on the people that are a part of our tribe through and through. In 2016, my business was a complete bust, and I have 2 coaches from 2016, I think. Actually, I have 1 coach from 2016. I have 1 coach from 2015. And it was because I was trying to talk to this perfect version of Ashley. I was trying to talk to this yogi, acai bowl lover, human being that I couldn't attract, right? I couldn't even I couldn't relate to them at all. So I'd get them in the door and I'd lose them. They'd sign up and then they'd go. They'd sign up and they'd go, and I couldn't figure it out. It was because I had no connection with them. I needed this person. I need this girl. I need this struggling teacher whose life was whose chaos was flooding into her life and didn't have fulfillment. I needed her. I need more of her. So every single day I'm talking to this Ashley of 2015, because in order for me to, really connect, I know her pain points and I know her struggles, and I can touch on those, and I know her objections she's already going to say before they come out of her mouth. And so every single day I'm looking for her. And that's got to be your mindset. You've also got to realize that sending an invite should not be scary. It should get you so excited, because you have so many of yous to change. You have her life to change, his life to change. What is it that got you to this point where you are today? Every time you send an invite, you've got to say to yourself, she has something incredible in front of her. And you don't have to say that every invite, but really think it. You've got to have that mentality. Every time I send invites, so I do my notebook method, I always make sure I have girl pop blasting, because it's my favorite thing to listen to. And I want to have fun with it. I want to get on my social media and I want to find these girls. And I want to get into my brain that whoever she is out there, that other Ashleys of the world have the ability to become whatever they want to become. They're going to have full control over it. I just have to help them get their foot into the door and realize the control that they have. But I couldn't ever help anybody if I would have never gone through that journey myself. All right, you guys might have heard me talk about this before, but like I said, when I was a teacher, I was so comfortable. I was just comfortable in my state. And Beachbody gave me the ability to start dreaming. Beachbody gave me the ability to start saying, well, what if I did the X? Could I do Z? You know, or Y, whatever comes next. But it gives us the ability to dream a little bit bigger. So first things first, if you want your team to start dreaming, you've got to pack your bags, you've got to move out, and you've got to get uncomfortable. No more saying, well, tomorrow I'll do it. Nope, tomorrow doesn't come. No more saying, well, next year is going to be my year. Next program is going to be my program. Nope, right now. You've got something in front of you that you guys have full control over, whether you want to think that, believe it or not. You've got full control over this. The amount of invites you sent tonight, you've got full control over that. No, you can't control the amount of people who say yes, but guess what? The more people you talk to, the more yeses you're going to get. You've got to control the controllable. You've got to set those quantifiable things with yourself in order for you to hit your long-term goal. Now, so my teaching life, right? The Ashley of 2015 was like, well, we'll move out when we move out. We will buy a house when we buy a house. We'll get an apartment when we get an apartment. The Beachbody Ashley of when this opportunity was presented to me and I actually saw what I was capable of in this business was like, give me 3 months. I'm going to save $12,000 in 3 months. Let's do it. And I was like, game on. I put every single penny of my teaching income away into a savings account, lived off of my Beachbody income, and it motivated me like crazy. It made me dream. It helped me dream again. I'm doing things like, doing things this year that I could have never dreamt of. Like, how when we become so comfortable and we have like these cool like thoughts of what would be really awesome in our life, but we never really allow us to like think they'd actually come true. Like me living in, let's say, an $800,000 house. God, I would think you're absolutely insane. Tyler must be like working for NASA or something. I don't know, right? In order for me to think that big. But it's just so cool to see what we're capable of. And now single day on Zillow, I'm like searching these houses on the Chesapeake Bay because it motivates me like crazy. It's helping me dream, right? I'm already making that 7-figure income and it's helping me dream. Pack your bags and move out. And whatever your why is, obviously your why is not going to be the same as mine, but what motivates you? Maybe what motivates you is just staying home with your kids. Maybe what motivates you is being able to give back to your, if you stay home, give back to your husband. Maybe, support your family, bring him home, whatever it is for you. You've got to let it motivate you and you've got to let it dream bigger. Like Brooke said, get uncomfortable. She was making these low comfortable goals. And you guys all saw Brooke when she started to get uncomfortable. She went from here to here. And it's not coincidence. It's because when you get uncomfortable, your actions start to match it. But only when your why burns deep in your belly. Only when you feel it deep in your soul. So, really develop that and like feel it. You've already accomplished it. Feel it as if you already did. Okay, Brooke, I don't know if you want me to talk about kind of who you're talking to on social media, but my next couple of slides, this is a presentation I did last week, talking about like who you're talking to and developing who you are. Do you want me to? Okay. This will just be very brief. So a misconception that coaches have, obviously, in this business is, I need to have 60,000 followers in order to get on Melanie Mitchell's level. No, you don't, guys. I thought this for so long. I would look at people who like have all these followers and I'd be like, how do they get them? That's crazy. I have 3,500 followers and this is like, my business is booming. Because I'm talking to the Ashleys of the world. Now, if I were to buy 60,000 followers, granted, not all coaches who have that many followers have bought their followers, but if I were to just kind of go out, spend money on these followers, it wouldn't be organic. I want to organically find the other Ashleys of the world. And so out of those 3,500 followers, I know they're in there. I know that the majority of them are going to be the Ashleys because those are the ones who are following me back. I could go out and I could pay for all these followers, but for me, I want to follow the other Ashleys of the world and for them to have something come to me and see that I have value to give to them and for them to follow me back. And so you've just got to know who you're talking to. If you talk to everybody, you talk to no one. You've got to pinpoint who it is that you want to talk to. Okay. Doing that, obviously, you've got to find the 5 things that make you you. So what are those 5 things? So for me, fashion, food, fitness, dog mom, and mindset. Those are the 5 things I build my posts off of every single day. If I'm sitting here struggling to find a post to make, I'm going to look at these 5 things and I'm going to say, okay, well, people like food. Let me go make something for food. Or fitness, put on a cute sports bra and take a picture of my sports bra. Doing these things attracts my tribe. Now, that's not to say that somebody who follows me for fashion doesn't give a shit about my business, and that's totally cool, but I want her to follow me because I'm more than my business. Maybe at the back end, she's going to realize that what I do is really awesome and that I make triple what she makes, and that's cool, and maybe she wants to join me. Or maybe somebody who follows me for my food doesn't give a crap, thinks my dog is ugly. I don't want her in my tribe if she thinks my dog is ugly, but we're honing in on these 5 different categories. Maybe I'm going to find somebody who fits all 5 of these. Chances are, more likely than not, I'm going to find people who fit all 5 of these, but you bring them in because of certain categories. A lot of my girls follow me for my hair, makeup, and fashion, and that's cool. Those are the first girls to come over to my fitness side of things because they see, wow, she wears awesome clothes. She's does her hair and makeup, whatever. I like her for that. And I love all the tips and value she has to give. But then on the back end, I send them an invite and they're like, you know what? I do need something. What are you doing? And that's that hook. You get them. And then you really hook them in what's it called?
Jabbing.
Yeah. You jab them, jab, right hook. Gary V. I'm jabbing them with a fashion. And then I hit a pain point. Like, yeah, I did gain a lot of weight and I can't fit into my favorite jeans. But there's this girl on social media that's really pretty and she also has a kick-ass transformation. Let me join her. So just be there for them. Really be there for them. But let your posting come naturally based on these 5 things. Guys, it's so easy to be you on social media. The second you stop being you is the second your business is going to go down the drain. You just got to be you. Like, if you're weird, embrace it. There are so many other weirdos on this planet. Like, if you want to talk about weird things, like some of my coaches are so weird and I would never talk about those things, but all power to them. They're going to attract their tribe. I'm going to talk about the things I want to talk about and I'm going to be, I'm going to be very black and white about them, and I want people to attract because of that. But make sure you guys are also utilizing hashtags. Displaypurposes.com is a really awesome hashtag developer. Basically what it does is it puts, so if you go on there, I don't know if you guys use it, I could put in like the word fashionista and it'll give me the 30 top hashtags used based on that word, or like dog mom, or like I could do beagle and it'll give me the top 30 hashtags based on that. So for people who like follow my dog, whatever, it's a really cool way to gain followers organically. All right. So obviously this is huge. This is giant. These are the 5 things that make you you, but there's so much more that goes into this. And so I was doing a brain dump the other day and I had my Instagram in front of me and I said, okay, well, on my Instagram, what are the things I talk about? What are really like the things that I break down consistently? And these are the things I kept seeing. What people know me for. What's the first thing that I do when I wake up in the morning? What type of clothes do you wear? Where do you shop? What type of activities do you do outside of Beachbody? Where do you work? And so this is nothing Beachbody here at all. Where do you work? Did you work? What does your family look like? Where do you crave to be in a year? What type of foods do you cook or don't you cook? What are your friends like? What is your favorite food? Do you have pets? Do you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, or spouse? How old are you? What is on your bucket list? What's your dream car? Where's your dream vacay? Like, these are the entertaining things that are going to keep people watching. If I were to talk about my boyfriend for 5 slides, people are going to watch it because people care about Tyler. If I were to talk about my dream body, people don't give a crap because they can go to Pinterest and scroll that, right? I've got to hook them. I've got to hook them on the things that are entertaining to them. So like, finding things that aren't Beachbody. Like, the worst thing you can do in this business is, and I see it so often, is people come in and they hide behind Beachbody. They forget who they are. Like, Sally comes in, and Sally already has an awesome social media profile. She's cute. She loves makeup. She loves fashion. She loves her dog. She loves this. She loves that. And then Beachbody comes and it takes over her social media. Fitness, food, nutrition, Shakeology. There's nothing quicker. You're going to lose people so quick that way. Don't lose who you are. Continue to be that Sally, but then, drop in that little breadcrumb of, guys, I'm on day 8 of my program and I feel so good. Oh my God, I had my super, like Kate's really good at this. Like, have your Shakeology with you, but don't talk about it. Create that curiosity. Create curiosity consistently. Let people ask questions and be there for people. Like, the second you start showing up more often, but organically, and just like kind of let people attract to you, it becomes so organic, so simple. And just do it over and over again. Annie made a post today. She's like, your social media, it takes time. Building a social media presence takes time, guys, but it's so worth it. And just build that every single day. Don't take a day off from adding people. Don't take a day off from inviting people. Like, I take Saturdays and Sundays off, but Monday through Friday, give it your all. I promise you, the second you start treating this like a business, it'll pay you like a business. Maybe not right away, but you're going to start seeing an increase. The second you start have it in your brain like a business. The second you start growing knowledge, teaching your girls how to dream, actually believing in yourself, your business is going to skyrocket. Okay, last thing I want to leave you guys with is this hunter versus gatherer analogy. So you have this hunter. This hunter, he has obviously a weapon. He has a prey. He hunts. What does he do when he hunts his prey? They run, and it's this terrible relationship, right? It's like you don't want to be in this relationship with your business. We all know the type of companies who have this relationship with their customers. And it's inorganic, it is salesy, it is just it's pressure. And it's what gives network marketing a bad name. And so we're over here in this company, we're growing as we're nurturing, right? We are nurturers, we're gatherers, gardeners, whatever that word is. We are planting seeds. And so in your business, you really want to look at your prospects, and lay them out as seeds in a field. And every single day you plant a seed, you are adding value. You are getting new eyes. You are showing people what you have to offer. You are showing people, transparency. Transparency is what Caitlin needed to do for me to join her. You are being transparent. You are laying these seeds. And every single day you're coming back to these seeds and you're watering them. You're giving them life. You are giving them sunlight. You're nurturing them, giving them everything that they need. You are consistently adding value. You are showing them that you're not going anywhere. You're showing them that you are so obsessed with your journey that they can trust you to be obsessed with theirs. And some seeds take much longer to grow, and that's totally cool. Some seeds may never grow, and that's awesome. But you have some seeds that are going to grow into like giant trees and plants. But you've got to focus on those people, and you cannot press them. The worst thing we can do is when somebody says no to us, ignore them. What I always say to somebody who says no, not right now, or they have a financial burden, be like, that's totally fine, girl. Is there anything that I can do for you in the meantime until you're ready? Always ask them, and then leaving them with something kind is going to make it so that they're not going to go on Amazon to order something that they know works for you. They're going to go back to you because you have a heart. And the ways that I find them and can consistently plant these seeds is finding friends of friends. So going to people, so like, let's say, for instance, I go to somebody that I follow, I go to Sally's I go to Sally's Instagram, and Sally has a bunch of followers. I'm going to follow a bunch of her followers because I know if Sally's in my tribe, the girls who follow her are going to be in my tribe. Okay. Hashtags are awesome. I'm not that great at hashtags, but if you find a hashtag that really works for you, I find like bathing suit hashtags are awesome. Makeup hashtags are awesome. For me, like whatever type of hashtags, find a couple people and add them, and hopefully they add you back. People that follow you. So people who are following you are the best people to invite. The best people to invite. Go into your followers. If you go to your Instagram profile, you can click followers. Go in there and look at everybody who follows you. Invite them like crazy. I challenge you every single day for the next 30 days, pick a letter of the alphabet. Start with A tomorrow. Invite everybody or follow up with everybody that starts with the letter A or comes up on that list. Guys, if you can make it through your Instagram list in a month, can you imagine the amount of yeses you're going to get? Or can you imagine the amount of people who are going to see the value you have to offer them? Do it. Okay. Local businesses are fun. I have this acai bowl joint that I love. I find a lot of people that way. I find that a lot of people in my tribe like try to be healthy by going to get these acai bowls. I find a lot of girls that way. And then shared interests. Like, let's say for instance, you can do like wine clubs, or you can do, like anything. Shared interests are easy to do, like based on, not local businesses, but like, so I'll go to Quay. Quay is like my favorite sunglass brand. I'll go to them, and then I'll go to people who liked their photos, and then I'll like add a bunch of people who liked their photo. And then that's just an easy way for you to find people who like similar things that you like. All right, Brooke, that's all I got for you.
It's not all you got. That's amazing. It's just like bajillions of notes.
Thanks, guys.
And it's just so cool because I don't know, I feel like I've heard you say a lot of that before, but it's like hearing it like in a different, I don't know, like another time or a different way or something. It's like every time I hear somebody speak that I've like heard their story before or something, it's like you pick up something else or something kind of just ignites within you. And it's like,
that's the beauty of this business, I swear. Like whenever I hear somebody talk, like the same person talk twice, like let's say for instance Christina Battaglia today on the National Wake Up Call, like she's one of my friends, but I've heard her talk like 4 times. She says the same thing over and over again. Every call or that I give, I say the same thing over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like
it's something that like it's something about the way you say it or whatever. It's just like something just like kind of goes off and it like makes you realize something. I don't know. So yeah, that was amazing. Do you guys have any questions? My husband's up here.
Yeah, I have one.
I knew somebody'd have no question.
I'll have some. So my question is, how much relationship building do you do up front with new people, or do you just sort of do a little bit of forming, then invite, and after you either sign somebody up or either just continue talking to them, build the relationship afterwards?
So I find the beauty of Instagram is that it's very impersonal in a sense, but it allows people to see like into your life. So I do 0 forming on Instagram other than like hashtags. Like if I find somebody through a hashtag, like another Beagle mom, I will form her and like in a sense of like, oh my God, your dog is so cute. How old is he or she? You need to check out mine. Go look at my profile, something like that. But if they're already following me, I only really invite people who are already following me. I'm so transparent on my social media. They already know, pretty much everything about me. I'm just going to throw an invite out.
Yeah. So it's like you're doing the work every day ahead of time.
Yeah. Facebook though. Facebook, so I don't work with much of my business on Facebook now. I do like 90% on Instagram, but what I would do on Facebook, so if you guys are still using Facebook, I would always add people. Everybody who accepts my friend request, send a hey girl to. Hey girl, thanks so much for following me. I love your new haircut. I hope you have an awesome day. And then add them to my Asana, and then 2 weeks from then I'd follow up or I'd send them an invite. Mm-hmm. So that would be like my forming. But on Instagram, I don't take any time to form.
So on Facebook, you just send your hey girl, and that's the extent of it. You don't go through like 4 or 5 different rounds of forming. You just like, hey girl, blah, blah, blah. Thanks for accepting my friend request. Then 2 weeks later, you go in for the invite.
I've tried, like a lot of this business, obviously, is trial and error. And I've tried like the back and forth. I feel like a lot of people feel interrogated.
Yeah.
Like, you are up to something. I just want to send them good vibes. And then, if they want to be a part of what I have to offer, they can by watching my content consistently. But No,
I know too, on our end, I think some of us have in the past anyway, have gotten really hung up on, like, well, when do I send the invite? And if you are doing that back and forth and back, then there's never going to feel like a good time. But if you can like be okay with sending that 1 or 2 like form messages, and then your system is to then invite, you just invite, you just.
Yeah, and I just like you said, I find that they look at your profile and they're like, okay, this person is Beachbody coach or something, and they're just doing this to get to the invite. It's coming. So I feel like it's just so fake that, I mean, unless there's something like really like organic that you can just point at, like you really see their dog and you're really interested in their dog and you want to ask about it, or you know.
But that's where it comes in, I think, to definitely be reaching out to people who are in your niche and have similar.
Yeah. And try, I mean, like I always tell my girls, like, I don't want to go to your social media profile and know that you're a Beachbody coach at all.
Right.
Like, I have people be like, what do you do? Like, I have still some people who have been following me forever. Like, what do you do? I'm like, you don't know what I do. Like, you should know. Like, sometimes, obviously, we talk about Beachbody. But when you go to my social media, I don't want to, like, see kissing a Shakeology cup. Automatic. Or, like, the worst thing is, like, Beachbody coach in your profile. Your profile.
Yeah.
But I think at some point, it becomes, like, we're growing businesses. Like, it's untraditional. Like, hell yeah, I'll stream it from the rooftops. I'm growing a business. I'm growing a network marketing company, and I'm so proud of it. I don't care if somebody can come to my social media and see, like, obviously I'm growing a business. I'm working on social media. I just don't want them to already know what I have to offer and then just leave,
Right. And I think it becomes less like awkward, or whatever the word is that you used, Joe, when you're thinking of it, like Ashley said, you're thinking of it as like sharing this incredible opportunity with them rather than who's going to be my next SC points. Mm-hmm. Like, if you come from that mindset that you have this awesome thing and you're not going to hold it back from sharing it with anybody and everybody, that it doesn't feel weird. It feels weird when you make it weird, when you're thinking like, I need to get success up,
I try to just share it like I share my favorite leggings. Like, I share my favorite, makeup. It just becomes one of those things where you talk about it just as much as you talk about the other things in your life, and never saturate your market with just overpowering this business thing, because people need a little bit of everything.
All right, so when you say leggings, I think hats.
There you go.
Good, yeah. Right, but your market wants that, right? Your market wants dogs. Your market wants dad stuff. Your market wants,
tools.
Right.
Patriots.
But you've got to use what you guys got. You got to, work with what your mama gave you, and really use our market. Like, that is our superpower in this business. I could, like, for a while, like in January, right after NLC, I found myself like, I took my blinders down. I was like, what does she have that I don't have? And then I was like, nope, put them back up and just grind it out, because who cares what she has that I don't have? I've got what I've got and she doesn't have that. And so, that's my superpower. And that's how we've got to run with it.
Yeah. All right, cool. I got to figure out what my 5 things are.
Mm-hmm. Joe, you have plenty of things.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. I don't want to keep you too long. Does anybody else have any other questions? Are we good? I want to go to bed. I'm exhausted.
I'm so tired.
It's such a Monday. Okay. Well, thank you, Ashley. If you guys have any questions, definitely.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
If we reach out, Ash, if we think of
anything. Yeah, totally.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hopping on. I hope you have a good night.